Hey guys, it's Liam here again, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Microsoft Xbox, the original Xbox that is, not the 360 or the latest version, the Xbox One, which as we all know is currently in a direct competition with the PlayStation 4, and sort of with the Nintendo Wii U, but that's a subject for another day. Anyway, I did on my last review the PlayStation 2, and now we're going to crack on with the Xbox, so here we go. Okay, so this is the Microsoft Xbox, which was Microsoft's first attempt at making a video game console. It was released in 2001 to 2002, depending on where you are in the world, before finally being discontinued to make room for the Xbox 360 in, again, 2006 to 2007. Now, this was the first attempt of an American company trying to branch out into the video game console market in terms of a system itself rather than just games, ever since Atari bowed out in the mid-90s or the early 90s. We'll all remember this poor little bugger. Still a fantastic system, but get the fuck out. That's not what we're talking about today. Now, the Xbox itself here was released alongside the Nintendo GameCube and the PS2. Now, unlike the PS2, which wasn't a tiny console, and you know the GameCube was a lot smaller but a lot thicker. But the Xbox itself, one thing that made it different to the other two that it was competing against, is that this thing here was basically a PC disguised as a video game console. I mean, it's an absolute beast. And it weighs a ton. I mean, just look at the size of it. As you can see, you've got a few controller ports at the front there. Nice 4 controller ports at the front. Very well appreciated. This is where your games will go in here. When you press the power for it to slide out. And you've got your power button, your eject button. And moving around to the back of the console, you've got an Ethernet connection there. And you've got your power. Now, the Ethernet connection was for online gaming, which is standard now, but obviously wasn't standard back in the day. In fact, this came with online support from the launch, whereas PlayStation 2, they introduced something later on, but initially from launch, it wasn't ready for online gaming. And you've just got your standard power. Now, I don't want to bore everyone with the peripherals that go into it, so I'm just going to very, very briefly, cover that anyway. So, again, here you go. You've got your AV connection, which will just go into here. Nothing brilliant to see there. Again, I use a SCART add-on, which just happened to come with this one, which is good. And then you've got your usual power. Again, nothing brilliant to see there, just your power to go in. It's actually powered on. Now the controllers themselves. Now Microsoft released a couple of different types of controllers over time. These are the ones that I still have. And they're not bad. They're not bad. They're still very similar to what the Xbox controllers are like now. You've got your power savers in there, or your battery backup, I like to call it. Your memory cards, whatever. Anyway, you've got your buttons on the front, you've got your gear stick, you've got your D-pad, you've got your start and etc. buttons. Anyone who's probably watching this video is more than familiar with the controllers of Xbox anyway, so there's nothing fantastic to see. But it's just that what I do like about the Xbox though is it was, the United States breaking back into the console market, and even though Microsoft, by their own admission, don't seem to be making money on Xbox in terms of the brand itself, I still hope they keep going, because the more choice there is out there, the better it is for the consumer. I want Xbox to succeed, PlayStation to succeed, Nintendo to succeed if they pull their socks up as well. And so that's it. That is the original Xbox, the beast that it was. It was a lot more powerful. It was a lot more powerful than the PlayStation 2. But back in the day, I'll be honest, I never really noticed it. You've got to really look at the ins and outs of, the ins and outs of a cat's arse. You've got to look at the man, you'll see exactly what gigahertz this and CPUs that. I just really can't be arsed. I do know it is a lot more powerful though, but some games might look a little bit better on it than the PlayStation 2, but it was still beaten by the PlayStation 2. At the end of the day, there's no arguments about it. In terms of sales and success, it was beaten by the PlayStation 2. Oddly enough though, when the 360 came out, the Xbox just seemed to simply vanish in terms of new games still being released for it. It's like as soon as they brought their latest console out, they just cut it off. That's it, Xbox is gone. Now we're moving on to Xbox 360. Whereas with the PlayStation 2, it wasn't like that. They still continued to support and release games for the PlayStation 2, even after the PlayStation 3 had come out, so they didn't simply forget it. Just to give you a comparison though, in terms of this one and its main competitor, PlayStation 2. It's an absolute beast. It's not... it doesn't look too different, but if you pull them both down... In fact, I'll move the camera a little so you can see here a bit. Okay, so there's a size comparison of the two systems, one on top of the other. Obviously a massive, massive difference, especially when PlayStation 2 Slimline was released. We put that underneath. There we go. Look at the differences there. But despite the fact that it didn't sell as well as the PlayStation 2, Xbox is still going strong, and let's just hope it continues that way as well. The more competition out there is, the better. So there we go. So that's the Microsoft Xbox. Okay, so that was my quick look at and review of the original Xbox from Microsoft. If you like the video, by all means, please, like the video, subscribe, comment, give us some ideas on what you'd like to see in any of the future videos. And finally, if you get your chance to pick up, fucking hell, these things are heavy. If you get your chance to pick up one of these, I definitely recommend it. They are worth it. They're good things to have in your own collection. They're not too expensive either. You can fucking lift them, that is, anyway. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.